Hi, everyone. It's Beckie Belote here, Newport News, Virginia, and today is not Tip Tuesday. However, 2 weeks ago, I did my Tip Tuesday on fast albums for busy people, and had a couple people comment that they would like to see the finished product. So I thought I would take this opportunity on Not Tip Tuesday to do a tip of the day for people that didn't see that one and for people that did. So that people that did, you can actually see the finished product and how beautiful it is. Because I think sometimes we think that if part of it is already done for us, that somehow is cheating. And I think that finished is better than not finished. Right. And I'm finished and I'm going to see my mother-in-law. Hopefully she's not watching this, but I'm going to see her tonight because we both found out that we're going to the same place to eat dinner tonight. And so I'm going to give her a very late Mother's Day gift to her then. So as you know, some of you know, it was supposed to be a jean jacket. It didn't work out. And so I'm like, well, I'm going to hurry up and finish that album. And then I've got the perfect thing that I know she just would really appreciate that. She used to be one of my biggest fans. She probably still is one of my biggest fans, but she used to scrapbook too and used to always bring her friends to my crops and stuff. And she moved to a retirement place and she's like the mayor of that place and she loves it and it's hard to get an appointment with her anymore. She's really busy. But she doesn't have a lot of room for stuff. So she just lets us make albums for her now, and we're fine with that. She's done her part. She's 90. So anyway, so let's go ahead and take a look. So if you want to do a very fast album, this is great for anybody. Okay, so I am, you all see my tips on Tuesday all the time, so I can do some scrapbook pages. However, sometimes I just want to get it done. This one, I needed to get it done, and I knew that it would be absolutely beautiful and that nobody was going to be criticizing that the pages were already pretty to start with. They're just going to be really excited. She's going to love it that our pictures on there. I know right now a lot of her friends from her community are in this book, and she will be showing off this book. So it's really super. I'm just super pleased. I hate giving albums away, um, because then I won't have it to show to you. So this will be an everlasting document of how beautiful and finished this album is. So if you want to do this style, you don't need everything. What I do recommend is some kind of photo trimmer. This is our photo trimmer, and it's really, really good for lots of reasons. I do recommend having one of those. Um, I am going to recommend that you get a Fast to Fab album. So if you go on to creativememories.com and type in fast, the number two, and then fab, FAB albums, you'll see six different that you can pick from. In other words, they're going to have the beautiful album cover. You're going to get the page protectors, and you're going to get completed, beautiful, already scrapbook looking pages inside. They're pretty before you start. All right. So really all you need to do is put in your pictures and then it will be beautiful. But I'm going to recommend a couple of other products that for those of you that want a little something, something to make it more personalized, you can add. So in my case, what I added to this book, this is called Springtime Soiree. So if you like this one, type in Springtime Soiree Fast to Fab, and you will get this exact book. Actually, that's not true. It'll be a little darker purple. They ran out of this book cloth and made the purple a little bit darker, okay, which is very, very beautiful as well. All right, you're going to want Springtime Soiree Variety Matte Pack. All right, so, and I'll show you where I've used this in the book. And you only get 12 of them. So you may even want 2 packs. All right. And then the other thing that I did quite a bit in here is Springtime Soiree layered border embellishments. All right. So that's what I recommend for this particular book. If you need somebody to help you choose, in other words, if you like this concept, but you're doing another type of album and want some suggestions, let me know because some of our things are going to go really, really good with your book to make it fast and easy. All right. So another thing that you're going to see me doing in here, and this is optional, but it's something that I highly recommend, is that you have some kind of self-healing mat. This is what ours looks like. I also am recommending that you either invest in the circle patterns or the oval patterns. Um, I use both. However, if you want more bang for your buck, the circle patterns, you only get 3 in a pack. Your oval patterns, you get 4. And so you're going to actually get, here we go. You're actually going to get more patterns for the same price. So if you have to choose, I would choose ovals if you like the look that you're about to see in my album. But what I have found is this helps you save real estate in your album because when you cut a photo down from a rectangular shape into a circular or an oval shape, it gives you more space. I know that you can trim them down with a trimmer, but it still gives you more space if you're able to get it into a shape. Okay, on your page, you can literally get more pages, photos on your page. And then you're going to need some blades. You at least need the red one. There's 3 different ones. I mostly use these 2. So if you're trying to cut back, definitely get the red. Maybe get the red and the blue. Okay. So I'm going to start by giving you a quick lesson on cutting a circle or an oval. In case you've never seen that, for those of my seasoned people, you may want to just fast forward through this part a little bit because you don't need this. So I'm going to take this photo. I'm going to grab an oval pattern. I'm going to grab a few of them to see which one works best. So you put the plastic down over the photo. And so the focus here is these groomsmen. All right. And that's what I'm going to oval out. All right. So I had lots, in fact, this wedding album is done. So this is just for show. But I did have lots of pictures of people at the wedding. I don't need these little bridesmaids back here chit-chatting, I want the where they did the garter toss. That's my focus. And that's what this is. It's kind of like a bullseye. It's allowing me to focus. So let me put it here so you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to put it so that the plastic is covering what it is I'm actually trying to zero in on like a telescope. Then I'm going to make sure there is some space all the way around. And then what I'm going to do is put the little knobs. There's knobs and then a yellow blade. I'm going to put the knobs in this track that's on the outside here. And then I'm going to wheel around. Now, if you start hearing a noise that doesn't sound happy, it could be you have one leg in and one leg out. So those 2 knobs both need to go in to get a nice clean cut. All right. Now, before I pull this away, I'm going to grab this and make sure I didn't miss anywhere. You see how right here it's still stuck? It probably will tear off, but since I haven't pulled it away, why not make sure it's all the way cut? I'm going to put the knobs back into the track, wheel it around the corner again, and we should be good. All right. So there we have this perfect photo cut with this. Now, why might I want another blade? Well, that's if I want to do some matting, and you're going to see this in the book. So you'll be able to decide if that's something that you like or not. If you don't need it, just get the red blade. Okay. For now. All right. And then, so let's say I wanted to mat that. I have this piece of paper handy, so I'm going to use that. And now I'm going to put this down square in the middle of this piece of paper, making sure I have space all the way around. The blue blade is going to cut the exact same shape. I cut the photo you saw me with this one. I'm going to cut it again with a different blade. So what is changing is how far the blade reaches. You see the knobs on the blue and the knobs on the red? All right. So one is reaching farther. So for this one, the blue one, I need more space around. Like if I put it here on the edge, it's going to have a flat edge over here. All right. And we don't want that. So I'm going to center it. I'm going to put the knobs in the tracks. And then I'm going to go around. And what am I going to do? But when I think I'm done, I'm going to make sure I'm done by pulling it around to see if I missed anywhere. And here I did. I missed it again. Sometimes standing up will help you not do that. It takes a little bit of stomach muscles to push it down. We're pushing into a self-healing mat. Try this if you've never done it before. Try it with a couple duds first. Duddy photos, duddy paper, just to get the hang of it. Once you have the hang of it, you're going to love it. Okay. And so then what we have is a perfect mat with our photo. Okay, so it's a great tool. These will last you your whole lifetime, and you can pass them down for generation to generation. Same thing with your mat. Your blades will dull eventually, but it will be a very long time. And then you can just replace the blades themselves. Okay, so no big deal. They're $10 a piece. All right. So I'm gonna get these out of the way, and I'm gonna show you this beautiful album. If you are in love with this, there is a promotion going on right now. Today is the 16th. It goes of July. It goes on to the 18th of July, 2025, where you can get something free. So this is a great time to shop if you fall in love with this. Now let me change my camera so that you can see better what I'm doing. All right, so here's the album that I was talking about. Very beautiful. Again, the one that you can get now is a darker purple. All right. And inside, I did this album, I'm gonna say 2 to 3 hours. And the reason why I'm guessing is because I'm busy like you are. I come and do a little 10 minutes here, and my longest sitting was about 45 minutes, and I did about two of those sittings, and then I kind of fiddled, like I added, peekaboo pockets and stuff like that, embellishments and stuff like that. So what I'm going to tell you is the stuff I added to the page so that you know what was already on the page. All right. So this was a photo and a mat that I added to the page. This was a mat that I added to the page. And I put a photo on top of that mat and a peekaboo pocket on top of that mat. This is called a peekaboo pocket. And you put those on top of your page protector. I also added a little embellishment grouping down there. Okay. All right. So it was pretty already. All right. So let's go on. All right. So, and what I also want you to notice, this has a page protector on it, so it does have a little bit of a glare. We do want the page protectors. It is going to preserve the life of your albums, especially, if somebody spills something on them or if you have fire, it typically seals to your page and does protect your photos. However, for my purpose today, it's going to look better without it because you're not going to see the shimmer, and you're not even going to see the shimmer on my photos because I print with Creative Memories, and Creative Memories has a matte finish which doesn't show your photo, your fingerprints, and it also does not show glare. So that'll be clear to you. Okay. So what I added to the page, I added the photos, and I added this right here, this purple mat, and this purple mat came in a matte pack. All right, so I just pulled it out and I put it down and put my photo on top. All right, so super easy. This was already there, and I did add my journaling. All right, so over here, this is one of these guys. Okay, this pack comes with matching borders, so you get two of each. So here's one, here's the other. I added the photos, of course. I use the color that I'm using here, if you like it, is it's a shimmer, and it's called Wisteria. Wisteria shimmer went really nice with this, I thought. This is a mat from the mat pack. So even the flowers, they were already on that beautiful mat. It gave me room to journal. All right, this one I'm going to demonstrate. So this is the only thing I added was the photos. These are mats from the mat pack that I put the photos on. This is a mat from the mat pack that I put the photo on. This is the use of the oval with only the red blade. All right. And this I use, it's called a partial silhouette, kind of a higher level skill. If you have an advisor, ask her how to do it. If you need to learn how to do it, just post in the comment section. I would love to see you do that so that I can teach you on another video. Okay. But it's beautiful. It looks like the leaf is actually sticking out, but yet I get the benefit of not taking up so much space. See, if this were a rectangle, it would fit fine here, but it would cover up more of this beautiful border right here. So it just gives you more bang for your buck. Now, what I'm going to do right now, the reason why I use peekaboo pockets on here is we made this beautiful helium balloon decoration. My sister-in-law made a copy of her invitation and enlarged it and put it on a frame and an easel. And this was kind of a place where everybody wanted to take their picture. So we had a lot of pictures taken there. So instead of kind of having boring pages that all had that on there, I did some peekaboo pockets. So I'm going to get 6 photos in this one space by doing this. So I'm going to slide the page protector on. If you've never seen Creative Memories, the page protectors have crimped edges on the top and the bottom, and you simply slide it on. All right. So I have it on. Sometimes it catches on whatever is on the back, and right now it's catching on that beautiful border strip. Now it's catching on a photo. So just kind of go back and forth as you slide it on. Be patient, and there we go. What it does is it falls in. We have a raised edge on each side, so it falls safely into place, which helps protect it from water spills and stuff like that. So now these peekaboo pockets they come individually, but you can stack one on top of the other. I'm going to put that on top of this. All right. So what I'm going to do, I stuck one peekaboo pocket to this, and now I'm going to put the bottom peekaboo pocket on top of the page protector. All right. So what I'm going to do is on the back of this little flap, there is a strip that we need to remove, and they're invisible. So don't think you're crazy if it's hard to find them. They're invisible. Even the paper that I'm pulling off is kind of invisible. It's like Scotch tape. You pull that off. That is trash. And now it is sticky. And we can now stick it on top of this other photo. And let's say I put it all cockeyed. Oh man, that's all cockeyed. It doesn't matter because it's on a page protector. It will peel right off. It's still sticky. You can put it right where you want it, which I want it right there. Okay. And then maybe even a little bit down because I feel like I covered all my purple at the top. I want a little bit of purple on the bottom, top, and on each side. All right. Then what I'm going to do is grab a pen. I think I'm going to grab this kind of lime color pen. I think this will be pretty. And I'm going to write lift on there. You can write whatever you want to, but I want people that are looking at the book to realize that there is more under there. So they can lift here, they can lift here, and then they get to see all. Actually, I said 6 photos is actually 5 photographs going on there, but I could actually put another one, couldn't I? To even get more if I want to. All right, so that's peekaboo pockets. All right, brilliant. Another thing you may want to invest in are the adhesive corners. I do use those, and where did I hide those from myself? I have a new organization system, and I'm not sure where I'm putting things these days. I got a new bag, which I really dig, but I think that's what, oh, nope, here they are. Here they are. We're in luck. All right, so they come in different sizes. I'm gonna grab a smaller one here, but they have a bigger one too. And what I'm gonna do is I'm going to put both of these top photos in the corner and then plop it down. So when people come and look through their book, when they go to lift it, it catch, but it will release. And what that does, and then after they look at it, you're going to have to come back and put them back in because they're not going to put them back. I'll tell you that right now. Okay. Unless they're a scrapbooker, then they might. But anyways, just put it back. And what that does is when you flip, your peekaboo pocket doesn't flop. All right. So I just wanted to let you know how that works. All right. And yay me for being able to find those within a reasonable amount of time. All right. So here we go. Another page. Now, this is an example of the photo with a mat. Now, I will tell you right now, I actually used the green blade on this, which I seldom do. The only reason why I used it is to minimize the amount of space I was taking up because it already was covering a little bit of Blair's legs here, so I didn't want to take all of it. All right. So anyways, the only thing I added was the photos, a mat, and a mat on this one, and a mat on this one. And then I added these strips, and they were already done from here. Okay. Is that cool? This is another one of those partial silhouettes where I did the oval and then I stopped and then I fussy cut the rest of that 90. All right. This is where I added my memorabilia. I added, this was our little seat tags that we had at each person's seat. Actually, we didn't have those at everybody's seat. We just had but they the two birthday girls, we made one for each of them, put in front of the little box where people were bringing the cards for their birthday. So that's what they were for. This was something that came with the balloons, and we actually put that in the flower arrangements. So we saved that piece of memorabilia. But just a tip about memorabilia. This one I actually made out of photo material, so it's actually a safe piece of memorabilia. This right here, not safe at all. It's pretty yucky. In fact, on the back of it, it was already discoloring. It had tape gummed on it. When I pulled the tape off, the tape was causing damage to the back of it. This is yucky. This is memorabilia. This is not supposed to touch our photos. All right. So you can see I didn't touch my photos. It came close, but it's not touching my photos. This is the type of thing that over time would ruin your photos. Will it ruin the book? It will not. And the reason for that is we do something to our books that I don't know that anybody else is doing, and it's called buffering. And we also buffer our paper. So this paper is buffered as well. All right. So when you put anything yucky on a buffered thing, what it does is it neutralizes that damage so it cannot migrate through this page. It cannot migrate across the page. But if I touch the photo, it is not safe. So there's your little lesson for the day. I did add this strip of paper. This is a sticker strip, actually, that came from the sticker pack. All right. But everything else was there. All right. So this was a beautiful green background that was already there. This was already there. I did add these. These were sticker strips that came in the sticker pack that I did not highlight because I didn't use all that many stickers in here. This one I did an oval without a mat. This one I added this piece of paper that actually came from this pack to mat that photo with. This was a mat also from this pack that I journaled on, and I did add that little sticker there. All right. So on this page, I added this. All right. And I added this. Otherwise, it's just photos and mats. This was a piece of a gradient paper, but you could have used whatever color you wanted there. I'm not sure if gradient paper is available right now. Your advisor might have some. I know I do, for those of you that are local to me and shop with me. All right. So this is a beautiful page. I'm using more stickers than I thought I did from the sticker pack. So there is a sticker pack that goes with this line. All right. So this is a sticker strip that I added there. This is from the matte pack. This is from the matte pack. I just use that as an embellishment. This is from the sticker pack. This is an example of cutting an oval and putting a piece of paper underneath it. So I use both the red and the blue blade on this one. And this is how your circle patterns look. But you can see how I was able to get 4 photos here. And you can see if I left this rectangular, there would be no way for me to put that down without covering these people over here. Okay. All right. All right, so this one, this page, everything was there. I did add this border, so I am kind of a stickler, not a stickler, but I'm kind of addicted to our punches. This actually was a punch. If you like it, it's called the Elegant Diamond Border Punch. So I made that in seconds, but you can see that it would be beautiful without it if that's not in your budget today. This is a mat that I added here from the matte pack, and I probably added I can see that I added a piece of white on top of that to focus it. This is a circle with a mat. So I use red and blue clay on this circle pattern. This is just a mat. All right, so here we come to something that I want to incorporate. Wanted to show you another strategy. So I'm going to go ahead and throw a page protector on this one so that I can show you. Actually, before I do, we'll talk about this page. I added nothing except for the photos and 2 mats from the matte pack. So both of these purple mats came from the matte pack. I stuck them down, put the photos on top. These are 2 circles I cut with the circle patterns, and I used the red and the blue blade on this one only. Okay, this was already there. All right, so let's throw a page protector on it. I'm not sure if this is going to work or not. I have a backup plan of where I'm going to put it if it doesn't, but we're going to try it. And when I'm done with this video, I'm going to go throw page protectors on all of these pages, and I'm going to give this book to my mother-in-law tonight, and I can't wait for her to see it. Kaya Ivy Photography did the photos for me. She came to the party and did the photos. She's little friend of my daughter's. She's very talented. All right. And this is called a brochure pocket. Brochure pockets are different than peekaboos. Peekaboos flop. You can see front and back. Brochure pockets you just stick on. There's no reason to pick it up because there's nothing on the other side. These were the little napkins from the party. The girl that said, I saved you some napkins. She gave me a stack of them. And I decided to put more than one in there because in a brochure pocket, I could put a whole stack. And if anybody in my family wants one, they could actually take one. So that's kind of nice about this. But this, what you do is you just pull the pocket off and you stick it to the page protector. You actually could stick it to the page as well. It doesn't really matter. But I like something like this to be on the page protector so that people could grab it and pull it out if they want to. I'm going to cut it shorter because there's no reason for all this space. So I'm just going to cut this part off here before I pull it off. So you don't have to keep them the same size if you don't need it to be taking up that much space. So let me see if I like this. I think this is going to work just fine. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this off and I'm going to go ahead and throw this down. It should fit very nicely. I'm not covering anybody that I don't want to. And now I have incorporated that into the book. All right. So that takes care of that. All right. So this one it needs to, this is another peekaboo pocket that needs to be adhered. I'll do that one later now that you have the idea. But this is going to go here. And I had this, these were borders here that I cut right in the middle. They're 12 inches, so I cut them in the middle. And our photo trimmer, it has a bar here that you can extend it. So it's very easy for me to line it up at the 6 so that I can cut that in half. Or if I needed bigger, I have a little bit more space for cutting those bigger photos down. All right, but anyways, I cut those in half and put them here and here, a little different, added a little embellishment there, but everything else was there. Very simple. This is a photo with the red mat and the mat with the blue, red blade, and then the mat with the blue blade. All right, here I added photos. This is a mat from the mat pack. This is a mat from the mat pack. I added some floral embellishments. I don't think they're available right now, but please reach out to your advisor. She's liable to have some. All right, and then this page, this I added from the borders. I cut red blade, blue blade here, red blade, blue blade there. I added just to place a little journal, made a homemade journal box there, and added a little embellishment. And oh, this is stuck together. I need to put a page protector on that so it doesn't do that anymore. So here we go on this one. I added those borders here. These are red blade, blue blade. This is a homemade journal box that I made out of just cardstock, and then these are those flower embellishments that I told you about earlier. This page, homemade journal box. That's what I mean by you might want extras of those journal boxes, the $12 pack. I had a crop and I was out. And so I really made my own, but it would save you time if you went ahead and spent another $6 on another pack of those if you don't want to home make your own. But everything else was there. I just added the photos. And I did this one and with a red blade and a blue blade. And then last but not least, this page isn't complete, but I did add another stack of little, and I'm not going to finish it. I can add, so like if I add more pages, I don't know if you know this about Creative Memories albums, but they expand. You can pull off the spine of these albums and add about 2 more sets of pages to here. It depends on how decorative you are, but this is not decorative at all. It doesn't, it's very thin, probably 2 more sets of pages, definitely one set and maybe a half of another for sure. So that's what makes these albums very economical. You do not have to buy a whole nother album. You just buy another set of pages. Okay. And you can even buy fast to fab pages this way. So if you like this idea where they're partially done, you can invest in that as well. All right, but this is a 6x12 peekaboo pocket, which is great for oversized memorabilia. This was the sash that she wore at the party, and this is the little goodie bag that we stuffed with Hershey's Kisses. There are no Hershey's Kisses in there because I ate them. All right, so there we have it. All right, so I hope that this was informative for people that are maybe considering doing this kind of album. They make great gifts for those of you that are really talented at scrapbooking. but really don't want to send a gift out of the house that took you 2 years to make. Sometimes that's hard to stomach, unless it's like somebody like in your family, like a graduate or, your children, but, sending it outside to somebody else, it's difficult to spend so long on it and feel like you put all your time and effort and now it's gone. So I hope you like this. I hope you've enjoyed this and I hope you'll try it. If you have not shopped with an advisor before, or with Creative Memories before, I would love for you to shop with me. So my website is www.creativememoriescom/user// Beckie, Beckie, spelled like that. And then my last name is Belote. Belote. I will house this video soon. It's not going to be up right away, but I will house this video on my website, scrapbookwithbecky.com. I also have lots of other really fun videos on there. I have a blog that's very far behind, but you still probably can get some really good tips from my blog. So feel free to go take a peek at that. I have my events up there. If you're looking for events, if you're not associated with an advisor and would like to come join us for some retreats or something like that, I sure would love to have you. So anyways, thanks for watching and y'all having a great week. Bye.